Yo! It's your boy Manny, man. We got a reaction video today, guys. We got ASAP Rocky go sneaker shopping with Complex, man. Little backup story, man. I've been watching these videos since I was in high school, bro. Like I remember I used to watch whenever Young Boy went, Lil Baby, Juice WRLD. The only reason I remember Juice WRLD is because I think he's the one that like spent the most money or something. He's up there, you know what I'm saying? It was like him and Future. I gotta look that shit up. Yeah, Juice WRLD. He had a breaking record of a total of 42K, man. Then Neymar 36 bands. So yeah, bro. RIP Juice WRLD. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, I don't see nothing wrong with it, bro. You can't take that shit whenever you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace. So let's get it, man. I'm a big another thing before we get into it, bro. I'm a big ASAP Rocky fan, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie. If I was to run into Future or like all these rappers, bro, I wouldn't really like want to take a picture. You know what I'm saying? But like, there's only a handful of rappers or like celebrities or just famous people in general, like YouTubers too, that I would actually want to get a picture with. You know what I'm saying? Not idolizing or anything, but like I fuck with their work. You feel me? And ASAP Rocky's one of them, bro. One of the few ones, bro. I fuck with this dude right here. So let's get it, man. No glaze. I know now you can't say shit about nobody nowadays, bro. Everything is a fucking glaze, bro. We got yoga right here, you know what I'm saying? I just did back day today. Man, the visuals is fire though. I'm a little late to this hoe. Because I was trying to do it with my boy, but he couldn't make it. You feel me? So, but it's all good though.
What's up, everybody? It's Joe from Complex. We're in Harlem at Jimmy Jazz with style icon, multi-platinum artist, and the creative director of Puma Motorsports. He's back, ASAP Rocky.
Let's do that again. Hey yo, this thing on? Hey yo, Complex, what's up? I'm Joe LaPuma, this ASAP Rocky right here, and this is 10 years since we hung out and did some shopping and shit. Catch us.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie though. It's crazy. I fuck with bro. I never knew that was his real name. Is that his real name? I never knew that, bro. Joe LaPuma.
Get up and catch up for a little bit, man.
That's crazy,
ASAP
bro.
Harlem.
He's back. Let's go.
Ready? Let's do it.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it.
I wonder if he's been on here before.
Rocky, almost 10 years to the day when we shot our first one.
Yeah.
Crazy, welcome back.
Thanks for having me, man.
We are at the historic Jimmy Jazz in Harlem, now part of Snipes. There's a picture of you and the crew when you were young, up the stairs, so much history. Do you remember those days and coming in here, and what were you grabbing back then?
Yeah, I remember like looking for every size 8 fitted, because I had a big ass head back then still, you know what I'm saying? With big braid. But we used to look for like the 2-tone fitted cats. On the way here, I was just talking about it, like Pele's was in the display window.
Yes.
Your favorite sneakers, Bo Jacksons, Uptowns, Air Max 95s, like whatever you wanted, like, yeah.
Fast forward.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a big Air Max 95s. Like, I'm big on those, bro.
Now, you walk in and you look at the Speed Cats, the popularity of the Speed Cats. What do you think about the parity of brands now in big box retailers like this?
I think it's just the evolution, man. Things evolve and revolve, you know, and things come back around. Some brands are new and they grow fast and rapidly, and some brands kind of have more of a slow growth.
Yeah.
But I think it's beautiful to have that much variety and options. You know, somebody like me, I'm not too particular.
We're shooting this
bro,
in the dark.
I feel like why you sound like that?
You know?
This shit look good though.
Listen,
like
I'm following your lead 10 years in.
Let's get it. Trust and Flacco, bro.
The Speed Cat, I feel like you said, like even like recently, 2 years ago, you were the underdogs. Now we see it all over the streets. What do you think about that popularity? And like you wore it even a couple weeks ago in LA.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Where this shit at? I'm about to learn how to go back on this shit. My bad, guys.
The underdogs. Now we see it all.
Hell nah, bro. Hell, I ain't gonna lie, bro. That is not drip, bro. I don't give a fuck what anybody say, bro. you would never catch me or anybody I'm associated with wearing some shit like this, bro. That's crazy, bro. I would not if my girl, I would not let her go out dressed like that. And it's not because it's showing a lot. It's because that shit look goofy, bro.
Or the streets. What do you think about that popularity?
And I think that's a celebrity, ain't it?
Even a couple weeks ago in LA.
Celebrities just start doing too much, bro.
I love them. It's having its time right now.
Once you get that money, bro, like, motherfuckers just feel like they could do anything, bro. They don't give a fuck about nothing anymore.
I like distressed sneakers. Some people are like, oh, everything has to be pristine. But talk about the inspiration for these from Rutherford, Pennsylvania, when you were 8 or 9. And
wow. It's hilarious. So it's the juxtaposition of living in a place like, New York City, a metropolitan area, and then going into a suburb like Hershey, Pennsylvania, right? I think the kids and the culture over there was slightly different, the way that they lived, the lifestyle. And when they would get shoes or sneakers, whatever it is, they would be embarrassed that it was like clean and fresh. They would want it to look like used and distressed. And I never could understand that concept, you know what I'm saying? Because for me, where I was from, some nights you would go home and kind of toothbrush and brush off the scuffs or scrapes on your sneaker or dirt on your sneaker, and I think shoe polish and shit like that.
Kiwi shoe polish. Absolutely.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I got into that for a little bit, like the dirty sneaker, that look. But overall, bro, that shit don't look good. I ain't gonna lie. It just don't look good. That's just like trying to be too different, bro. Like a clean shoe. Like if a shorty look at you, bro, and you got some dirty shoes on, bro, like it's just not it, bro. It's not it, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, oh, you can take that part out, but like,
clean,
It's not it, bro.
Exactly. We got to talk about this.
Gotta look
shoe.
clean, man.
Yeah.
Just like with the chop, bro. You gotta get your chop, man. You know what I'm saying? Gotta get you a little t-shirt. You gotta invest in yourself, bro. You gotta, if you look good, you feel good. You feel me?
Discord.
Yeah, this is the Discord, man. All pun intended. It's kind of crazy. You got a little disc right here. I don't know if y'all could get the light on that. Like, it has a disc and a cord and it spins. You don't even need laces to, do the thing, the mesh.
Those are
and it just kind of takes and borrows. We adopted the Mastro sole with some carbon fiber right here, and also with the Mastro, paying homage to the Mastro sole with the OG bottom.
Yeah.
I think it was dope and a dope twist and spin.
Absolutely. And we talked about the Speed Cat like 2 decades ago, how it was so popular.
Then this video is different though.
Is like another one that's archival.
I usually don't do them like
was
this.
A surfing shoe and a track spike fusion, and then you even added another element to it. Yeah.
Wow. That was dope. You did your research.
Well, look, I have to.
You, Joe.
Bro, they tell him that every time.
See this?
I remember when Kai was on here, he was like, yo, you weird, bro.
What does this pair of sneakers mean to you?
Oh, what?
What do these mean to you?
Yo, you're weird.
It's gonna get.
Yo, he's weird. How do you know that? How do you know that? How do you know that?
Don't worry, it's gonna get weirder.
Yo, I was gonna wear those
sneakers. That was something light.
Bro, so he just put up the Space Jam 9s.
Yep, white and black 9s.
I was gonna wear those today.
From 2001.
Yeah, remember that?
Madonna in them.
Nah, bro, this is crazy.
So
weird,
she
bro.
wore them for like a whole tour in 2001, and it just shows like she was. Obviously, she's kind of like a fashion icon, but to see these popping again and so much history, what do you think about like seeing that?
Madonna been that bitch.
Right? And we have like some March until September. There's like even some previews of samples, but before you came, I was like asking Puma, when are these dropping? These they wouldn't give me a release date, but talk about these crazy 3D versions.
Yeah, so this is a 3D version of the Mastro that we just showed. It's a 3D printed Mastro, and I thought it was fun. I think that what attracted me to this reminds me of like artificial intelligence because it was 3D printed, obviously, right?
Yeah.
So, I thought that this was like kind of like being trendy in what felt like retro futuristic way, you may have you, because it's still a Mastro.
Absolutely. Do you think it's tougher to pull off?
Yo, what's going on with the voice though? He's starting to sound like Lil Wayne, bro.
Man,
and it's not about, when I say that, I don't mean being consistently successful or making a in our profession making a hit.
Cause like I said, my taste had changed.
Have y'all heard Lil Wayne?
There would be no Balenciaga Dad shoe if it wasn't for the sake of people liking bulky shoes. There would be no Alexander McQueen, shoe. Those are prime examples of how one day on a Monday you might want to wear a bulky shoe.
Lil Wayne always sounded like he
more
took
sleek
the
and
fattest
slender,
snap, bro.
Absolutely. I love that you bring up the Balenciagas.
He
He used
just
to call them the
came
Larry
off some
Davids.
deep
I
sleep.
think you were like, I like the Triple S. I call them the
Larry David.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to get up. We have some more samples.
Oh my God, y'all seeing this?
Talk about what you love about these and like the different design cues that you put into these.
So this is a sneak peek of I love this. This is currently my favorite shoe. This is a sneak peek. This is what we call the gabbia. Okay. This is the cage. It's Italian for cage, like Mastro is Italian for monster. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So this is the gabbia right here. And basically we have, a modular cage that could come off and you could kind of rock this and it looked like a whole nother shoe. Then it got the little right there, just like the Discord. But the sole is a bit different. Okay. It feels like more spiky and it feels more fun. Not more fun, but it feels a little bit. Fuck it, it feels more fun. I said it. Yep. This, like again, is another Mastro. Right now is 101 years of the Harlem Renaissance. Yes. And so if you know anything about Harlem and Renaissance, you would know that the Cotton Club is infamous for Harlem and everything too. Mm-hmm. The most popular genre of music at the time was called so-called jungle music, AKA jazz, you know what I mean? And so this was homage to what people consider jungle music, and everything is a safari kind of related theme to it if you pay close attention. Yeah. And the cage, it's like a caged animal in the zoo, so there you have it. Okay. Okay, everything ties together. Yeah, I just threw that in there. Okay. Yeah. Put it in the brief, And then some more inhales, obviously, some coming down the pipe. Some more inhales. We got these right here. These are sick, man. I mean, like I said, it has the cheetah on the back, furry is textured and stuff like that. And yeah, it goes with our jungle music thing. When you were first on the show, it was very new into like the show. We weren't even sure if we were going to do it consistently. I'm gonna pull up on him one day. Over 300 episodes, and one thing that I love is that we have artists on the show, and whenever Jeremy Scott Adidas comes up with Sexy Red or Yachty, they're like, yeah, because Purple Swag is where I saw Rocky. You guys don't know. Rocky took Jeremy.
I'm from the South, man.
Rocky and Jeremy Scott. It comes up all the time. What do you think about like that influence of young artists?
That shit is love. Yeah. It's like, it's beautiful, man. Those are all my peers. Those are all my people. So it's beautiful, man. I love that. And it's funny because we were talking about it, like your first Complex cover. You met Jeremy Scott. Was nuts. Crazy. It was the Basquiat Warhol cover. I always tell the story when they bring it up. I was like, that they met on the set of his first Complex cover. You've had a bunch, but talk about that time. It's when I met you and when you met Matthew. That was crazy. Look, you take me down memory lane right now, man. It was a beautiful time, especially for music, culture, New York City, ASAP. It was beautiful, and I was a real big fanatic of Jeremy Scott's designs, and he had a job with Adidas at the time.
They really be into fashion, bro. Like, that's really their thing. I'm not gonna lie, I've always been into fashion, but not to the point where like I'm gonna go out of my way to like pursue that as a career and start designing stuff. You know what I'm saying? Some people really feel passionate about this shit for real.
He had a job with Adidas at the time, and I loved everything he did. I wanted to, meet the dude, and one time I just got a call to kind of do a reenactment of the Basquiat Warhol cover. Came through. Jeremy was chill as fuck. Yeah. I might have smoked a joint in his green room and shit. Yeah. And then I met you. You was young as hell. Yeah. Now I'm fucking with you. Yeah. Well, I was still old. Exactly. But yeah. Nah, like it was fun. We all were just green back then. We was all we was all new to it, but fresh and just full of just like, what's to come, not knowing, just oblivious. And I love that vulnerability, but like, it was historical nonetheless. Absolutely. My first magazine cover. Love that. That's like an honor for us as well. Absolutely. I used to have a manager mentor at Finish Line when I used to work there, and every like cool release or every shoe that he was into, he would buy like a size 11 and a size 9. I'm like, why are you buying two sizes? He was like, I gotta save
for my son when they grow up? The 9, because you feel like everyone's gonna be a 9 at one point. Are you saving shoes for RZA and Riot?
I
never heard of no
but
shit
I'm
like that, bro.
selfish. I'm just gonna give them what was in my size. So
Okay,
like, hopefully they fit that size if they can fit it.
I'm
They
a
can
size
have it,
13.
you know?
I ain't gonna lie. Like, it's sort of hard for me to get shoes, but it wasn't like super hard, bro. I think the hardest ones, like, you remember back in the day whenever you used to like have to wait outside whenever there was a new sneaker release, like a brand new Jordan just dropped, and then you used to have to like camp out and wait, you know what I'm saying, make a line, and it was first come first serve. It ain't like that no more. You know, I think now they do an app where like they raffle that shit, and if you win, then you get a ticket to be able to buy the shoe, right? But back then you used to have to wait outside. And I remember like the main sizes that would go first, it was like 9, 10, 11, and that was it, bro. It was like an 11 and a half. Those were like the most popular. Then after that, there was like random sizes, you know what I'm saying, 13s. And then like 14s, those were easy to get. But they didn't make that many of them. You know what I'm saying? So they would always have those. So sometimes like size 13 would run out and I would have to get size 14, bro. Just because I really wanted the shoe. You know what I'm saying? And like, bro, I never like grew into size 14, so I had to just sell them later down the line in the future.
What's it like to have like your designs on them?
Yeah, that's beautiful, man.
Always
Shout out
been,
to Puma
man.
for making that for my youngest.
Not
man.
bigger,
It's
not
crazy.
smaller.
It's dope, you know.
I could
Everybody
like
wanna,
fit a 12 and a half, but it's
the stuff that they
uncomfortable,
like
bro.
for children. If they got children, if you're a parent, it's almost like, damn, you know, I got all these brands, and I would love, you know, my kids to dress the same way. So it's dope when you can make something for the youngest. You know, it's cute.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, that's crazy how they made
Obviously,
that
your
song,
household
Fashion
is
Killer.
responsible for a lot.
And like, they was just friends, you know what I'm saying? Like, they actually ended up
Puma success. Are you and your lady comparing notes when you're designing?
Nah, we in competition.
Okay, that's all right. That was the other thing I was wondering.
Nah, I'm fucking with you.
Yeah, I know.
That's my ace. Like every now and then, we totally don't even talk about what we're doing.
Okay.
With Puma is just separate. Like when we in the house, we barely try to talk about work. But every now and then, I might see some shit she doing, and if it's fire, I call up Puma and I'm tight about it. Like, what's up? How come we ain't do this for hours? What we do? Nah, it's dope shit, you know.
And it's been very successful. Obviously, her back in the day and then her being back now, and you guys just pumping out. So.
Yeah, like you said, Puma's having a good one, especially with the Speed Cat.
Yeah.
It's a lovely time, you know.
Absolutely. Well, we talked about everything. Now's the easy part. Browse the shelves, see what you're going to take home.
Yeah, man, we'll see.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you, man.
Love, bro.
He about to
We
get
did it,
close
man.
for
For real.
real.
For real.
I could tell. That boy Joe dripped out, man.
Yo, Brandon, what's up, bro? Nice to meet you.
Likewise, bro.
Pleasure.
Always. Good
What's up,
show.
brother? How you doing, man? Thanks for helping us out.
Always.
Yo, so look, I got my eye on about like 3 of these joints. I want to start with like every size and color that you got in these Speed Cats. Please hook a brother up, right? We're gonna get right in all of these. You know what I'm saying, Joe? What color you fucking with?
I feel like I like red.
Right,
I go red. You know, I go red, and I feel like these are popping.
Yeah.
This red colorway, especially.
It just popped something about that, right?
Absolutely. Nice assortment.
Yeah, man, we gotta donate. We wanna donate these. You know, we wanna donate.
Yo, my
these
fault if
to
y'all
the
can hear
PAL.
that shit.
I like that.
Some man cutting the grass outside.
Harlem, yeah, on the side of Manhattan Ave. So,
Love that.
hold on. How much I owe you? What's the total?
You got 63 pairs, and the total will be 4,866.
Damn.
I pick this one. Okay, whenever you're ready.
Thank you.
Your card.
Who was that, bro?
You.
What the hell was that,
And the
bro?
rest to the PAL, please. We gonna
Bro just popped up behind him and said, bro did the car
the rest
spread.
there. Thank you.
Good, thank you. Thank
Have
you
a
for
good one.
supporting
I've
Jimmy
never seen
Jazz.
a
All right, take care. Y'all be good. All right, Complex. See y'all next time. Like I said, in 10 years. Peace. Harlem. ASAP. We out.
The next time. It's crazy how it's been 10 years since 2015, man. but Puma. Really fuck with Puma, man. Them hoes tough though, I ain't gonna lie. Everything he got is tough. If you know how to dress it right, everything he got is tough. Yeah, that shit tough.
So we talked about everything that just happened. So
make sure you get all the plugs.
Plug it. Hold
Okay.
on, I got this. Look, I'm coming for your job.
Uh-oh.
Look, ASAP Rocky here, and I'm here with Joe LaPuma, and we just caught up after 10 years, man. Shout outs to me being the
Oh, wait.
Joe
LaPuma. Joe LaPuma. Is that his name?
And doing my thing with Puma, you know, them trusting me with my designs and crazy minds and all that. Shout outs to you for
Nah, bro, what is ASAP real name, bro?
years.
You heard him. 10
Bro's
years
name is
back
not
for the first time.
Joe
So great to
LaPuma.
see you. So great to catch up with
My
you.
man.
Make sure you check out the new shoes. 3 days away. Select Puma
Bro,
retailers
Kim
at
Myers, yeah, I knew
Puma.com.
that.
Make sure you go
I had
there.
heard
Thanks again.
that shit before. Why did I think it was Joe LaPuma? Yeah, that made no sense. But yeah, man, that was the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let's get it, man.